born on December 25th of the Virgin Isis Mary. His birth was accompanied by a star in the east, and upon his birth he was adored by 3 kings. At the age of 12, he was a prodigal child teacher, and at the age of 30, he was baptized by a figure known as Anup, and thus began his ministry. Horus had 12 disciples he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick and walking on water. Horus was known by many gestural names such as the Truth, the Light, God's Anointed Son, the Good Shepherd, the Lamb of God, and many others. After being betrayed by Typhon, Horus was crucified, buried for 3 days, and thus resurrected.
Dice esto, está en Mateo 20:19, y le entregarán a los gentiles para que les escarnezcan, le azoten y le crucifiquen, mas al tercer día resucitará. O sea, lo que quiere decir que pese a tener su grupo de seguidores, lo que estamos viendo es Atis. Nacimiento 25 de diciembre, nacido de la Virgen Nana, crucificado, enterrado y resucitado el tercer día, denominado como Buen Pastor, el Supremo Dios y el Salvador. Una cosa que me fue faltando, habían épocas, si me las pueden ir diciendo más o menos, después si se puede, ¿ya? Bueno, ahí tienen otro ejemplo de algo que se repite y que es muy similar al nacimiento o las enclaves de Jesús. Dice, esto es Juan, el apóstol preferido según él, 2 del 7 al 10, capítulo 2 del versículo 7 al 10. Jesús les dijo, por favor Felipe,
llenad estas tinajas de agua, sacad ahora y llevadlo al maestresala. Cuando él probó el agua hecha vino, llamó al esposo y le dijo, todo hombre sirve primero el bueno y luego el inferior. Tú has reservado el buen vino hasta ahora.
Ok, perfecto. Y como a todo, porque dioses como Atis, Horus, rara vez las pasan en los colegios, ¿cierto? Porque son cosas muy específicas dentro de historiadores que obviamente lo usan como beneficios. Lo que hizo, nacido obviamente en Grecia, nació un 25 de diciembre, nació una virgen, convirtió el agua en vino y resucitó, denominado como el Alfa y el Omega, o sea, el primero y el último, claro, y Rey de Reyes. Ok.
Es raro igual que hayan tantos con la misma fuerza, la misma forma.
East is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which, on December 24th, aligns with the 3 brightest stars in Orion's belt. These 3 bright stars in Orion's belt are called today what they were called in ancient times, the 3 kings. And the 3 kings and the brightest star, Sirius, all point to the place of the sunrise on December 25th. This is why the 3 kings follow the star in the east, in order to locate the sunrise, the birth of the sun. Now, probably the most obvious of all the astrological symbolism around Jesus regards the 12 disciples. They are simply the 12 constellations of the zodiac, which Jesus, being the sun, travels about with. In fact, the number 12 is replete throughout the Bible. Coming back to the cross of the zodiac, the figurative life of the sun, this was not just an artistic expression or tool to track the sun's movement. It was also a pagan spiritual symbol, the shorthand of which looked like this. This is not a symbol of Christianity. It is a pagan adaptation of the cross of the zodiac. In the Testament, there is the story of Joseph. Joseph was a prototype for Jesus. Joseph was born of a miracle birth. Jesus was born of a miracle birth. Joseph was of 12 brothers. Jesus had 12 disciples. Joseph was sold for 20 pieces of silver. Jesus was sold for 30 pieces of silver. Brother Judah suggests the sale of Joseph. Disciple Judas suggests the sale of Jesus. Joseph began his work at the age of 30. Jesus began his work at the age of 30. The parallels go on and on. Furthermore, is there any non-biblical historical evidence of any person living with the name Jesus, the son of Mary, who traveled about with 12 followers, healing people and the like? There are numerous historians who lived in and around the Mediterranean, either during or soon after the assumed life of Jesus. How many of these historians document this figure? Not one. You would think that a guy who rose from the dead and ascended into heaven for all eyes to see and performed the wealth of miracles acclaimed to him would have made it into the historical record. It didn't, because once the evidence is weighed, there are very high odds that the figure known as Jesus did not even exist.